I've got a Hillman Husky and Sunbeam Rapier.
How's the love of the classic cars come about for you?
It's something I've crept into, I think, really.
Malcolm Handley is calling time on a couple of British classics. His 1959 Hillman and 1964 Sunbeam aren't getting the use they once did. And here to collect is Paul.
You know, it's like the place that time forgot down here, isn't it? I was going to come down the grass, you know, like others, and I thought, probably best not. You know, what a fantastic spot. How are you, Malcolm?
Well,
I'm still here.
I'm still here.
You're still here. You've been better. Well, at least it's not raining.
No, it's not snowing here.
No. No. I see you've had a little bit light.
And bringing up the rear is son Graham.
Now then. Yeah, yo.
Yeah, right on.
And there they are they? Yeah, no, it'd be a good car, innit, that one?
It can go. You want our Graham in it? You lads are the rally drivers, weren't you?
Ah, we do a bit like, yeah.
I've put a 5-speed box in the Hillman. It has improved it quite a bit, putting an extra gear in it. I like them sort of tinkering jobs, you know. You feel as if you've achieved something when you've done it.
Yeah, no, it'd be a massive upgrade with a 5-speed in it, like.
Ah, yeah, it's still not fast, like.
Oh, there you go, look ya. Derek's been in me truck, which is why none of me straps are where they should be as well, look. And I have a thing with my straps.
So I'm guessing Father was the last person out in your truck.
Oh!
Oh, am I pointing the finger of blame here?
No, you don't need to, do you? Yeah. Father's been using me truck.
So you're going to hide the keys from him?
So, yeah, just stop him going out full stop. Yeah. We're blocking this nice person's drive here and they haven't been out moaning at me yet. So that tells you what sort of an area it is, doesn't it?
A little bit of a sad day.
Yeah, well, it is, but it's inevitable. They just deteriorate if they're parked up all the time, and so I thought it's time somebody else enjoyed them.
Not quite doing it for Dave is this 1992 Lotus Esprit Turbo, made famous in the James Bond films, but no license to thrill in Pickering.
I like them. I don't think I could bring myself to buy one. I think they're good value for money, really, because they haven't gone wow money, have they? They're a bedroom wall poster supercar that hasn't gone galactic with values yet, maybe. Anything else that looks anything like that, anything that low, that shapy, is normally 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200,000, isn't it? The interior trim and things don't stand up to much, but nice to see the original gear knob and steering wheel and all that type of stuff. Those things are normally changed. You could arguably say that the carpet could have done with being 10 mil longer, couldn't you? Which would tuck in behind there nicely. And it's come away. You know, I'm not trying to say don't buy this car because of that carpet, but you open the door on one of these and that's unstuck and that's like a banana and that doesn't work and that's fallen off and you're just like, And you tend to think, if that is then replicated throughout the car, you know, if everything is like, then it sort of puts you off a bit, doesn't it, really? I would think about the same as the mileage. I think around about 25-ish thousand quid. I would think. I think the mileage and the price are going to be about the same.
Here's a couple more sweet treats. The Sunbeam Rapier and the Hillman Husky. But something's not quite right.
I'm just going to get a magnet. I'm just going to double check here because I've just got real hairs on the back of my neck are standing up a little bit. So. Metal. There you go. There you go. It's fiberglass, both 2 fiberglass front wings. So there we got metal, fiberglass. Bugger really, isn't it? Out of the 2 cars, I wish this had got fiberglass wings and that one hadn't. Because being less value, less interest, less important, if you like, would have been much better if this had had a pair of plastic wings and that had original ones. It don't make a lot of odds, it's just that it will turn a few people off, maybe.
Which one's going to sell the best?
Oh, the Rapier, without a doubt. The Rapier will go very well. But the old Husky is going to cause some interest as well. In real terms, really, looking at it, I mean, that car's worth 6 or 7 grand of anyone's money, but I don't honestly think it'll make it. I think it'll make somewhere 5 or 6, personally. And this is definitely worth 10 grand, there's no question about that. And more. But you never know on the day.
Lot number 32 is the Sunbeam Rapier. £4,600 we've got. 4,006, 4,800, 4,800, £5,000 we've got. At 5,000, it's on sale at 5,000. 5,002 with Jill. 5,400 in the West Midlands. 5,400. 5,005, 6, 5,700, 5,800. 5,800. At 5,008, 5,900, £6,000 bid. At £6,000, 6,100 in Fife there. Good morning. 6,001. At 6,001, 6,200. Back in the West Midlands, 6,300. Back in Fife. 6,005. At 6,006 and 7. 6,007 for the first. 6,007 for the second. Third and last time. Hammer coming down at 67.
More than 2,000 over its estimate. And there was some frantic bidding on the Husky too.
£4,200 and going. I'm selling it. I'm selling it. Going to be sold. £4,200 for the first, second, third and last time. 42.
4,200. And not a scrap of fiberglass inside. Someone has bagged an all-metal bargain. The browsers aren't daft, they're inside, staying dry and hoping to find the perfect runaround for the day the rain finally stops.
I do like this ice cream van. I thought, you know, I could set it up on our drive when people walk past.
It's got a Prosecco pump as well.
Now you're talking. Now you are talking.
You're a Land Rover man.
How do you know that? Yes, I am. Especially the older ones, the mid-range ones, the 90s, the ex-military stuff, that sort of thing. I always like to have a nosy, see what's going on, because you never know what you find here. I was looking for a really old Mustang at one stage and I noticed they've got one in. I didn't know that was here, so that's not good news, is it?
Here's a car that will cope with the British summer. It coped with the sea in the James Bond films, and now the Lotus Esprit has got Paul thinking.
Do you know what? Someone on the phone earlier on said my name's down in the app for the next James Bond.
Now I can see him. I can honestly see him as the next James Bond.
Are you Miss Moneypenny?
Do I look like Miss Moneypenny? Seriously, I can't even do it serious now. God.
I think Paul's best being a star in his own garage.
Lotus Esprit Turbo SE, lot number 24 we're doing. Whereabouts then? In your hands, where are we going to be? 10 and 5 and 11 and 5 and 12 and 5. There, I told you, 13 and 5, 14, 14,000, 14 and 5, 15, 5 with Dave, 16, 16, Alan, 16, 16. Hold your horses, lad, it's trying to catch up. 16, 5, I got you, Dave. Throwing his money around like a man with no arms, isn't he? 17, 17, 18, 750, 20,000, 20 on the internet. Neil, you're out, mate, I'm sorry. Neil, do you want 21? 20, he does. Mark, you're out. 21,000, I'm going to sell it to Neil. Are you sure? Thank him for his bidding, Mal. 21,000 for the first, second, third and last time. 21, thank you for your bidding, gentlemen. Yeah, you got to have a laugh, haven't you, in life?
The new owner should be happy with that. At £21,000, that's a fair bit of car for the price tag. The Lotus is leaving today, and new owner Neil Clark has turned up in person to collect.
Well, you know, it's every boy's dream, isn't it, really, to have a Lotus? It's a British car and iconic, and, you know, why not? My brother's got a Ferrari, but, you know, it's... I'm not quite in his league, but certainly it's a nice enough car to have, certainly a Ferrari, but I think this, to start with, is as good as a Ferrari. Why not? Do you think so?
Yeah.
Definitely.
What he's trying to say is he's bought himself a cheap car. That's what he's trying to say. That's what he's trying to say.
I didn't want to discuss that either. He's trying to draw us out to say how much, but being a typical Scotsman, I'll tell you nothing on that one. Couldn't believe it. I was at the end of the internet and it slowed right down to about 18 mark and it kind of took off again. Eventually I was shouting at the screen, he put the hammer down. He was taking his time. I'm not used to that. It's usually a minute a car, not 5 minutes a car. So there you go, that's what happened. So I bought it and I'm delighted. I was always interested in kind of expanding my collection, and I saw this Lotus and I thought, here, this is a car that actually merits my attention.
Neil Clark's attention was grabbed by this 1992 Esprit Turbo.
When you look at it, and it's way ahead of its time when it was, you know, built. The back spoiler, where do you ever see something like as cool as that? I mean, it's absolutely fabulous, it really is. And of course it is a mid-engine car, it just looks fantastic, it really does. Where else would we get a car that looks like that? If you look under this, it's so clean in here, from the spare wheel to the electrics, etc. You can see it's not contaminated or rusted or, you know, wear, etc. It looks like it's a 20,000 mile car in here. Who else is going to have a car like this at 20,000 miles? Nobody.
So when the car first came in, there was one headlight jammed up, one jammed down. It had appeared to have been sat in water at some point. So everything in this kind of front corner was rotten, seized shut. So we had to work away at that. But other than that, external wise, it was pretty clean. We had a look inside, there's a couple of kind of interior trims damaged. And maybe just the last owner at that point, it's maybe just been left to sit for a while and be a wee bit neglected.
27-year-old Billy is the whiz working his magic to bring the car back to its best.
Look, it's coming through that crank seal, but you look, you've got like 4 belts running in there.
And he's got the understanding of how things work. I have to have, at his age, the interest in the old classics is just unbelievable. You don't find that.
For me, I love old British cars. Close to buying a Lotus myself. No long before this. As soon as I seen it, eyes lit up. I was over it like a rash.
He's a bit sympathetic with that hammer, thankfully, because you know, he's hitting the threaded end. I don't like that. But anyway, he knows what he's doing, and I'm glad of it. Simplicity in itself. There we go.
We'll just press the bushing out, get the arms cleaned up, send them to a powder coater, and get them all replaced for you.
A lot of people will take some nice cars in and they stall for whatever reason. The project stalls and doesn't happen. But in this case, in this car, it's not stalled. It's racing ahead. Well, it's not any old car. There's cars out there which you spend too much money on. They're not really an iconic car. Nobody really goes, wow, look at that. But that car there, the Lotus, it's wow. It's a wow factor, and that's what people like to see.